everybody, it's Rachel. Thank you for joining me in this video. In this video, I have some fun, cute craft projects. And we're going to start off with something that I have not played around with just yet. And it's the Cricut printable iron-on for light fabrics, and then Cricut printable iron-on for dark fabrics. So we're going to start this off with some iron-on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So Cricut came out with and it's been a while, so it's not something that's new, but they came out with a printable iron for dark fabrics and printable iron-on for light fabrics. So we're going to test both of them on two different types of shirts, and I already printed them out. This looks like part of it's coming out. And here they are. So this one is the light iron-on fabric, and then this one is for the dark fabric. And so we're going to use both of them for this. Now, I was doing some research. I actually had purchased some transfer tape for this particular project, because if you don't, then you're working with pieces and trying to piece it together. Luckily, they're all this one's all attached. I didn't really have to do anything with this one. But this design did not come with the offset, and I created the offset in Design Space. So I found these images in Canva, and then I went ahead and uploaded it to Design Space, and then I also went ahead and created an offset, so that way I didn't have to worry about trying to piece all these little pieces together. I was going to use this transfer tape that I saw on, I think it was TikTok, but I didn't want to mess up the shirt since time is so limited. So I'll play around with that transfer tape on a different video and let you guys know how it works. I've read that if you use a certain type of transfer tape for iron-on projects, it takes up some of the ink. So I didn't want to mess with that just yet. But anyway, so that's why I chose to not do it in this video. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and weed this all out. And it's super thin, so you just want to be careful. Oh. Looks like it didn't cut it out. Okay, well that's interesting. I don't know why that would not cut out. Okay, so this is not good. I ran it through the printer, or the machine, and it did not cut. That's interesting. Okay, well, we're still going to save this. If this happens to you, again, I'm not sure what happened. I know that I ran it through the, let me see if I can use some sharp scissors. I'm going to still try to save this, and I am going to, like, I can see the cut. Oh, wow, that is really, okay. Okay, so it looks like it cut it. It just didn't cut it really well. Let me work on this. I'm going to put this in fast forward, and I'm really disappointed on how the Cricut cut this. I thought it cut it. Oh, see, like it's trying to stretch it. So I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to use my fingers. That's interesting that that happened, but that's okay. We will work with what we have. Okay, so I got this all cut. I fussy cut this, and I'm not sure what happened. I know I selected the right setting because I searched through Design Space. And now that, I mean, I'm almost certain that I selected the right one, so I'm not sure, you know, what exactly happened with why this didn't cut all the way through. Let me know if you worked with this before and had the same issue. Hopefully it's not going to be the same issue with the darker vinyl here for dark material. So let's make sure. Okay, this one's weeding out a lot better. So I'm just going to weed this out. I almost feel like when you do this type of thing, the print and cut, you want to kind of plan ahead so that way you're not wasting so much of it, because I don't know if you noticed that the darker one only comes in 3 sheets and then the later one comes in 5. So it's not something that is cheap by any means. Not something that I don't think I would want to do. Okay. I'm going to leave that on there first. Let's take a look at the instructions. So, don't see anything on there. Is there instructions? No, I'm going to need that. So, no instructions in the actual thing. So let me go ahead and open up my computer and get on Cricut's heat guide. All right, so it calls for the temperature to be at 315 for 30 seconds. This is for dark, so we're going to do dark first. And it wants us to preheat at 315. Place shirt on mat. Yes, for 5 seconds. Remove the design from the liner. Place the design print side up to 100 at the shirt on the shirt. Remove printed design from liner. Okay. And then also it says allow 48 hours after application before washing. You want to make sure that you wash your shirt inside out in cold water and hang dry. Do not bleach. Okay. So that is what you'll need to do. And I'll bring in my heat pad. I'm going to put this cute design on this green shirt. And then I am going to carefully, I'm worried about this part not working well. So it's just, you want to be really, really careful with removing this. You don't want it to rip. So this is what I was talking about. They have this transfer tape that will transfer it. And then they don't have to worry about piecing it like this. Not so much piecing it, but just looks like some of that came off. Okay. That was my heat press. So this is not something I'm going to recommend to you all when you have delicate, intricate pieces. This is probably going to need to be something on the bolder side of things, like a thicker font. Okay, just going to be really careful about lifting this. All right, I'm completely amazed. I lost a little piece, but you know, you just got to pick and choose your battles, right? Okay, let me go ahead and lint roll this. Very good. Okay. Now what we'll do is we will preheat it for 5 seconds. Okay. Got that done. Perfect. Then what we'll do is we'll bring in our design. I like the green on green. I think that's super pretty. Okay, and then let's get this situated. You know, honestly, I might end up just cutting that part off. I don't think it's really necessary for the design, and it's just going to get in my way. So I think I'll just yank it off. Very good. Okay, not a problem. Okay. So then get that into place. All right, I think that looks good to me. Then what I'll do is I'll use the parchment paper that it came with, the printable vinyl here. Is it straight? No, I don't think it is. Okay. I feel like it needs to come up just a little bit. And over. How's that look? Looks good? All right, let's put that on there, and then we're going to, and it's firm pressure. Okay, and then put a lot of pressure on it. Let it count down to 30. And then it doesn't say that we got to press the back. So I don't know if I'll have to or not. 30 seconds has come and went. Let's remove our liner here. And here we go. I don't see any lifting. I don't want to really touch it because it's still pretty hot. But whew, that is hot. So let me cool that down. But just putting my fingers over this, I don't feel any lifting. It looks like it did pretty good. And oh, you know what? Do I feel it? I think what I'll do is just hit my press on that top area a little bit. I don't think I need a whole lot. I'll probably just do 15 seconds. I think that is now good to go. Okay, so this was for the dark fabric. And just, again, this comes in a 3-pack, so there's only 3 of them. And I forget how much this is. I know I got it when Michael's had it, when they had this on sale for 50% off. As of right now, this video that I'm currently making, it's buy one, get one free or half off or something like that. It all equals out to be the same, essentially, except with the sale that they have on now, you're going to have to buy a second one to get that free, or get the second one free. But anyways, I am now obsessed with this printable vinyl. Like, I have a sublimation printer, and this kind of just makes me not want to use that anymore. I mean, because I don't really care for polyester shirts. So, you know, with the sublimation, you have to use polyester or high count polyester. And with this, it's just, you just print it from your printer, and then you just, you know, use your heat press. And so, yes, you know, with infusible ink, it does infuse into the shirt, but you can't really feel a whole lot of a difference between the fabric and the printable vinyl. It's actually really nice. Okay, now this is the dark fabric. Let's go ahead and use the light fabric. Just making my daughter some shirts for the holidays. I need to be making some shirts for myself. Oops. But I didn't want to test the printable vinyl on my shirts. My shirt's a little bit more expensive than hers are. And I got these at Hobby Lobby for like $4. So I love it. Okay. So let's go ahead. I already lint rolled it. So let's go ahead and preheat this per the instructions for 15 seconds. I wonder if somewhere on the Cricut website or Googling it, what is considered light and what is considered dark. I know that sounds kind of silly, but, you know, there are some, I just wonder what's really, like, what would they advise for lights? Like, is it completely white, or is it completely, you know, can it be a lighter color? I don't know. So I just did a gray offset in Design Space, and I know this is not going to look the best because I had a fussy cut around it. I am really surprised that it didn't cut that well. I want to try some more, but I don't want to keep on using up my printable vinyl. So Just going to make sure everything is nice and flat, and this looks good to me. And then I'm going to put my liner over that. Oh, you know what? I should probably check to make sure if it's the same settings, since I'm not even sure if it is. So let me go ahead and check that real quickly. So same settings, 315 for 30 seconds. Perfect. Okay. Firm pressure. And again, I preheated it 315 for 30 seconds, and then it should be good to go. Let's peel that back. And there we go. So looks like I have a little bit of a, I think that's where I cut it. But you know, what are you going to do? You got to work with what you have. The other alternative, it was to reprint it and recut it, but the iron-on for lights only has 5 in there. Again, it gets to be too expensive to do that. So yeah, I think that I really like this. I think that turned out super adorable. I am loving this new brand of printable vinyl. Again, sublimation, I like sublimation, but you have to use 100% polyester, and I'm not a big fan of polyester. A lot of the shirts I buy are always 100% cotton, so that never worked. And they have DTFs and all that stuff, but I don't know, I just really like this. And yes, like I said, it's not infused in with the fibers like sublimation is. But also one thing about sublimation is, you know, if it doesn't sub right, it's going to ruin your project. And that can get pretty expensive as well. But anyways, that's just my opinion. Of course, you do whatever you like. If you like to sublimate, go ahead. I have a sublimation printer, and I'm not going to get rid of it, but I definitely think I'll use this more often than I will sublimating. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you tried this out in your guys's crafts. I think that you should, if you have a printer, give it a try. Just be mindful that you have to have an inkjet printer, excuse me, and laser printers will not work with the printable vinyl and the printable iron-on. But here they are. Give it a try. Let me know what you think and if this is something that you'll get into. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move into the next project. All right, in this next craft, I'm sure you all seen this around, but if you haven't, oh my goodness, you guys need to get some for your kiddos. I'm actually doing one for my daughter, and then the rest are for my nieces and nephew. And these are this is from Target, and they were $3, so super affordable. And what I'm going to do is, I thought it'd be kind of cute to do some print and cut and put their initial on the surface of each one, actually. But before I do that, let me go ahead and rub this down with some rubbing alcohol and clean the surface. They've been sitting in my craft room, gosh, for a month now. So I'm sure they just need a good clean. Get all the dust off of there. That way it'll give it time to dry. Now, the one thing is, I'm not sure the printable vinyl, if it is, I mean, I definitely know it's not going to be dishwasher safe. Of course, any vinyl is not microwave safe either. Not that they would want to microwave this, but I will tell them to be careful when they hand wash it, just because I'm not sure how well that's going to hold up. Okay, got that all cleaned up pretty good. And then let me go ahead and weed this all out. So this is from, this is interesting. The lettering, they're called frames, and you can overlay digital paper. And so I actually found this design in Etsy, the letter, if you will, and then the digital paper I used in a previous video, actually, I take that back. You guys have not seen it. When this gets released, you won't have seen this, that craft that I'm referring to. So, but you will. You'll eventually see this come into play in another video. Not so much this, but a different craft project. But anyways, seeing if this is all the picture. Okay, but anyways, so I just did it in Canva, and then I brought it to Design Space. Use this side. Very good. I don't need that long of a piece, so I will trim that portion out. And I will get my scraper tool, not that one, this one. Very good. Scrape that. And then, let's see here, bring the purple one over. And I'm just going to put the letter in the middle of the body here. Perfect. Love it. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. And I worry though. Okay. I was worried about that ink coming up, but it doesn't look like it will. So if I need to get new transfer tape for each one, I will do that. Okay. Then I will get the pink one. That over here. Perfect. Okay. So it looks like it did put some of that ink on there, or transfer the ink. So I am going to use a whole new transfer tape for the whole thing. I'm not going to reuse it like I was. In fact, let me see if I can. I can't apply it like a sticker. It's too flimsy to do that. Let me just do it like this. Okay. Move those over here, and then I'll move these over here. And I will just, that should be good enough. Be careful not to scrape that printable vinyl. And I think before I remove the transfer tape or the carrier sheet, I'll cut these apart. Ooh, went too crazy there. Perfect. And I will get this one here. Like so. I want to scrape this up. Okay, very good. Okay. I usually make a nice little cute Easter basket for the nieces and nephew. So I'm excited to give them an Easter basket. Last time we visited them, and unfortunately I got sick that weekend, so I did not get to see their faces when they opened up their Easter baskets, but that's okay. That happens. And it's actually, so you'll see in the next craft, or the last craft I should say, I'm giving them a non-traditional Easter basket, if you will, and maybe it's traditional for you, but I am giving them an egg-shaped Easter basket, and I made the mistake of leaving it in my craft room on the floor while I was trying to organize and place everything, and my daughter happened to see it, and she was not happy that those were not hers. And I said, if she's good, maybe the Easter Bunny will give you one. So she's only 2. She'll be 3 in May, so she doesn't quite understand that just yet. But that's all right. Last one. All right, not bad, pretty easy. Let me go ahead and get that off. And then here we go. And then I will, these things just, yeah, there you go. They just twist off. And that's interesting that they have, you could do it like this. That's kind of nice. So I think they just did that for storing purposes. I don't even know. Here we go. And then just pour your water in there, and then, or whatever, apple juice, whatever they put in there. And then you just twist it really tight, and there we go. I absolutely love how all of these turned out. And I'll go ahead and take the tags off of them and give them this cute little Peep sippy glass. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the last craft project. In this last craft project, I'm using this white, I wanted to use white vinyl, and I came across this like opal vinyl, and I simply wrote out everyone's name, and I'm going to put it on their Easter basket. Oops. There we go. And then let me get that up. Oh. I noticed one little letter, and I'm going to go ahead and put that to the side here. And I think everything else came up just fine. So we should be okay. Sorry if it's hard to see. It doesn't help that it's white on white. Okay, then I will bring in some transfer tape. I'm a little shy over here. Then I will just piece this together. Little ingenuity, and we got it. Okay, perfect. Don't need that, and we don't need this, so we can throw that away. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and scrape that. And then I will go ahead and cut the names apart. All right, so here is these cute little eggs. I found them on Amazon, and I just thought they were super adorable. And I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it with some rubbing alcohol. And they just opened up like that. And I thought it'd be kind of cute to go ahead and put their name on each one. Oops. Scrape that a little bit better. Yeah, I got the right one. Okay. And then I think what I'll do is, I'm sorry that you guys can't see it, but this is not exactly going to play nicely if I put it there. I'll flip it over once I got it into position. Okay, so I have, I think, oh, got it. Okay, very good. There we go. Sorry, I was off camera there, but, and then I will put this on here, like so. And it has a little handle. I think that's super adorable. All right, let me go ahead and get the other ones done, and then we will bring everything in to the screen here to see what we have accomplished. Got the last one done. They turned out super adorable, and I just absolutely love the way the light hits them. And I'm not going to put all of them together only because just for story purposes wise, it just doesn't make sense for me to go ahead and do that. But I think you can kind of, kind of see the premise of them. But yeah, I think they turned out super adorable. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in everything and we'll take a look at what we have done today. Here they are. I just love this whole print then cut iron on. I think it just changes the game completely, because before you would have to do sublimation or you had to do DTF. Never really got into this, and the Cricut printable iron-on is just amazing. I do think it's a little bit on the expensive side, but I'm sure there are other competitors out there that I'm actually going to go ahead and take a look and report back. They do say that you should wash it inside out whole and then let it air dry. So just be mindful of that. And this one, I was a little disappointed about how this cut out. It did not cut out really well. This is a different type of vinyl, if you will, from the light vinyl for the dark. Honestly, I would love just to use this. But they only give you 3 sheets of that, and they give you 5 of this, so we'll play around. And most of the shirts that I make for her are usually on the lighter end of things, so we'll see. Most of my shirts are on the darker end, so this will work out perfectly once I get time to do a shirt for myself. But then these, I absolutely love them, and I'm so glad that I was originally just going to do the letter here and then do the name here, but I think that this actually works out perfectly. And again, I found these on Amazon. I will go ahead and link that below to the description box. And then this was from Target. These shirts were from Hobby Lobby. And then, of course, the printable vinyl iron-on, that was from Michael. Well, that is all I have for you in this video. Some fun Easter gift ideas and for your little kiddos or for, whomever. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to give this video a comment. Let me know which one your favorite one it was. And I'll have to say this one was my favorite. The St. Patrick's Day. I just love how this turned out. This would have been my favorite, but it did not cut out really nicely. So this took the cake as far as which one of my favorite one of the crafts were. So again, be sure to go ahead and give this video a comment. Let me know which one your favorite craft is. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd like to ask if you can. That would really help me out. My goal is to hit 2,000 by the end of the month. So I really appreciate those who have subscribed and continually to comment and like my videos. That really does help me out. All right, guys, thank you. I'll see you in the next video.